Hello everyone, welcome into Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and it's wonderful to have you here with me today. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any request for your personal healing or well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid to support all of your requests. And at about the 5 o'clock time, thereabouts, we are going to go ahead and transition into a beautiful crystal and Reiki healing session to all of you. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. And if you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, know that you can skip ahead to the healing, should begin at about the 1 hour mark, and just go ahead and enjoy those Reiki vibes whenever you happen to find this video. I'm Danielle Stimpson. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked below, and all of my social media is there as well as my email newsletter, and that's the best way to probably learn about upcoming sales, deals, all kinds of things. So thanks again for being here. Go ahead, put those requests in the chat, and let's get building that crystal grid. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and start here. Still forever adjusting to the new setup here. There we go. So this is going to be the centerpiece of our grid. This is a copper spiral. Copper helps to break up blockages, and it helps to get the energy flowing optimally. And the spiral is always sacred to healers. So let's go ahead and see what our requests are. Hey Joanna, Violet Integration, wonderful to see you both. And let's see what we have here. Oh, hey Catherine, welcome in. So Violet Integration, clarity, boost in finances, removal of creative blocks. So let's go ahead and do carnelian. And citrine. And clarity. Let's go ahead and use 2 for clarity. Celestite and sapphire. So we'll start with the financial abundance, and let's go in with citrine. This is one of our favorites for manifesting financial abundance. Also helps with making good financial decisions, balancing our logic with our intuition, as well as even helping somewhat with addictions and compulsions. There is a technique by which you can utilize Western feng shui. And Western, just because our buildings and communities and societies aren't built to the same feng shui standards you would see in the East. But I would say walk into a room or a home, and with the door to your back, so you've entered the room, look to the left and find the corner. That's your abundance corner, and a great place to put anything you're using to help manifest abundance, especially in the finances. For busting through creative blocks, carnelian is wonderful for everything that has to do with the sacral chakra, especially creativity. It's also really helpful for relationships, like kind of broadly, how we relate to others in the world around us and a workplace environment, all the way down to our most intimate and close relationships, romantic partners, attracting a romantic partner, as well as sexuality and fertility. So that is carnelian. So we will bring that in. But yeah, that's a really strong crystal for creativity. So we will go ahead and bring that in. And for clarity, let's go ahead and bring in some celestite. This is a very angelic stone, and this helps us to connect to our angels as well as our spirit guides and helpers, and it's superb for discernment, deciding what you're feeling or what your experience is coming from. Is it intuitive? Is it based in like a fear or a worry? Is it something like your logic has noticed a pattern here? Whatever it might be, this can help you to suss out why you're feeling the way you are. It can also be helpful with pain to a limited extent, in that it really opens up our connection to our spirit body, which changes our experience of physical pain. And also for clarity, let's bring in some sapphire. This is a very, very potent stone of channeling, mediumship, and receiving divine guidance from our angels and our spirit guides. It also helps with themes around speedy justice, as well as physically. It's thought to support the thyroid, the eyes, the ears. It's also often used for folks who are either themselves going through dementia or for those who care about and for those individuals. And it's really wonderful for trying to keep optimistic when everything is in shift, in flux, in change. So I hope that that helps. But yeah, if you're someone who does mediumship or channeling, this is one that can even help you to find the best words to express your experiences to your querent as well. So that's sapphire. So lots of love to you, Violet Integration. Oh, Joanna, I'm so sorry. I've been there. I can definitely support you with that. It's so hard when our fur babies are ready to pass. Let's bring in some jet, leopard skin jasper, rhodochrosite. So jet is wonderful for any kind of hospice environment, whether you're caring for humans or fur babies that are near the end of life. It's also really helpful for like supporting dying animals. Like this is actually a stone that's often highly recommended for that. Jet is volcanically fossilized wood. So usually fossilized wood is a tree that died and over a long period of time in the right geological conditions, not too moist or damp, generally arid and dry, it may over time turn to stone. This is a stone that was a very quick transition through volcanic transformation, where it was a living tree and suddenly it's a stone. So it has that sort of sudden shift energy and this sort of wisdom and support that it holds because of that. It's wonderful for grief, for loss, especially if you are grieving the loss of a loved one, whether this is a recent passing or whether it's a long ago passing and the grief feels particularly acute or activated. Also great for things like folks who might go into haunted buildings or are around the paranormal. If you're doing that kind of October thing, this is definitely a stone to bring with you for protection. So I'll bring in jet. Leopard skin jasper helps with our animal companions all together. It's one that helps with healing and connecting to them. It also helps with attracting a soulmate. It's wonderful for coordination, balance, and anything impacting the skin. But this is definitely a stone that I use anytime I'm doing any work around an animal. It just works really well. Yeah, speak of the little devils. Hey you. Hey you. What's going on, Hattie? Aw, gave me a little kiss on the nose. That's cute. Currently holding my hand with your paw. Well, you gotta share me. Here we go. Yeah. Go ahead and you purr. I'm also going to bring in some rhodochrosite. This one helps with mother-child bonding and any wounds around that. It's also a stone of telepathy, and it helps with journeying and connection to ancestors, as well as deceased pets. So since you're kind of near the veil with Earl, this can kind of help with like, hey, you can come back and visit kind of vibes. So that's rhodochrosite. So lots of love for you, Joanna. Lots and lots of love for you. Keep us posted. It's true, we don't get enough time with our pets. Hey, Chris. Jennifer, I hope you're doing well. And Catherine. Something for female cramping, money manifestation, listening to your guides. That's definitely on tap today. Creativity also, and writing. Maybe also something for your dog's allergies. So definitely dog, we have Labradorite. For allergies, let's bring in some aventurine. This is a great stone for allergies. Also for eye problems and heart rhythms, but this is a stone that helps us to expand our vision of ourselves, expand how we see ourselves. For those of us who tend to sell ourselves short or say, oh, I could never do that, this is a stone that like kind of gives you some really heartfelt confidence and support. It's also great for folks that are learning something new that they find intimidating. So we'll bring that in. Yeah, whenever I have a student that's like very like tech phobic, I recommend this one. There we go. And female cramping. We've got pink tourmaline. Money manifestation. Let's bring in some pyrite. And let's bring in sodalite and blue tiger eye. Listening to your guides. We've got celestite and sapphire, which are really potent stones of hearing our guides. Another one is selenite, so I'm going to bring that in too. So let's go ahead and bring in first for abundance, pyrite. This is fool's gold, and the theory is that it helps bring in the real gold. This is a stone that can help the body make the most of a Reiki session, can help call in that financial abundance. It's thought to be wonderful for the lungs as well as fever. It's often considered a beautiful gift to someone going through radiation treatments. It's thought to potentially help with the side effects of those treatments. Also helpful for the brain and memory, as well as intuition and protection. So we will bring that in and ask for some financial abundance for you. For creativity, because Violet Integration also had that, I had a sodalite. I was thinking about also bringing in sodalite, so I'm going to bring that in. But first I'm going to bring in blue tiger's eye. This is a great stone for writing. I often use it when I'm writing copy for my website or for a description of a course or anything like that. It can be really helpful. It's great for calm and ease, especially like taking a lot of the stress off of your shoulders while you're kind of finding your words. It's great for public speaking as well as writing, and in general, like bold communication and speaking your truth. Also really helpful for those like facts over feelings kind of conversations, and anytime that you have to stand up and tell the truth, this is a really wonderful like whistleblower protection type stone. It's also really supportive of teachers, but this is a great stone for public speaking and for writing. Really works with the throat chakra there. Okay. And sodalite is good for a lot of this too. So earlier we put in carnelian, which is definitely the stone of creativity for sure. But I love using it alongside sodalite, which helps with expression. This is everything you would think of in alignment with the throat chakra. It's expressing however you want to express, whether it's writing, speaking, drawing, painting, dancing, performance, whatever it might be. This helps you kind of unlock and bring it forward in fullness. It's also helpful for menopause symptoms, coming to terms with aging, definitely writing, and homesickness, as well as impulses in general. So there you go. So that is sodalite. So let's go ahead and bring this in. I definitely feel like creativity is a theme today, so we'll bring those in. And pink tourmaline will definitely help with GYN issues, cramping, pain, all of that stuff. This is also fantastic for nerve pain as well as headaches and migraines, and for spinal injuries, mother-baby bonding, as well as muscle weakness and dispelling a negative self-image so that you can start to have a better relationship with yourself and your appearance. And for working with your guides, this is a piece of selenite. I always keep a big piece just beneath our grid. But selenite helps us to connect with our guides. It's also helpful for shifting the energy of a space or an item. It reflects nothing but pure white light. This is one that you can put crystals on and it will clear the energy of that stone. Just make sure that you don't put selenite in water. And so there it is. We'll bring some selenite in here. So I hope everything's going well. It's good to see you, Catherine. Ah, irony, best stone for dog allergies is labradorite, and he's a Labrador retriever. Ooh, let's give that a shot. I didn't know that about labradorite. So let's go ahead and bring that in. I most often use this for better quality of sleep, as well as a really fine, detailed attention, especially when there's a lot of data. This is a wonderful, like, data science, programming, coding kind of stone when you have to find an error in a pile of information. Also really helpful for clairvoyance or spiritual sight, as well as workplace harmony and calming disputes. So that is labradorite. So let's go ahead and bring this in here. Hey, how you doing, Blue Sky? I hope you're well. And for Chris, let's bring in Rose Quartz Moonstone. Malachite, lapis, we got green aventurine, pyrite, citrine, sapphire, ruby. Awesome. So let's go ahead and start off with some garnet. This is wonderful for organization, practicality, finding, like, thinking of how to better get done the things that need to get done. This helps you to find the most effective plans to take care of everything on your to-do list. It helps with creativity as well. And since that's been on tap today, this is definitely a wonderful other stone to bring in. This helps you to see things in a different light. It's also wonderful for balance and strength, especially when things are on really unsure footing, and helps with organization in general. If you're looking to reorganize, like kind of some fall cleaning, garnet's a wonderful stone to work with. But anytime that you're looking to take your to-do list and get things done more simply, more easily, to make more time for living, garnet's a really sure choice. A very Capricorn kind of stone. My favorite stone to use alongside of garnet is ruby. Ruby can be really, really helpful when it comes to qualities of leadership and management, whether it's management of others or yourself or both. This helps too with the courage to be yourself and invites in quite a bit of love and fertility as well. It's also one that's thought of as helpful for fibromyalgia. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that near garnet. Malachite can be very helpful for moving through really difficult emotions, actually processing them, but leaving them behind so that you can kind of move forward. So it's not like a bypassing stone, and it's not like it does soothe, but it's more like a let's help you through rather than let's help you not deal with. So this is definitely a help leaving things in the past kind of stone. It's also wonderful for insomnia, inflammation, and pain, particularly for things like arthritis, and also for depression, anxiety, and even phobias too. So that's malachite. Let's bring that in there. Okay. Herkimer diamond helps with anything that we are manifesting. It helps us to connect intuitively. It's superb for being in the present moment, which I think is the best place to be if you're manifesting anything. And also really helps with relaxation and kind of bringing things down to a place of calm and balance. Really harmonizes energy pretty much anywhere, either if it's impacting the people or just the energy of a space, can really help bring quite a bit of harmony. Also helpful for metabolism and all kinds of psychic abilities. So we definitely have our Herkimer diamond. Let's go ahead and put that right here behind sapphire. There we go. Moonstone is exceptional for anything that has to do with women's health. So this will help Catherine as well. This is wonderful too for any kind of full moon magic or working with full moon energy to any capacity. This has a lot of intuitive energy, a lot of protection for travelers as well as for women, access to a lot of ancient wisdom. If you're learning any kind of new to you but very old spiritual practice or herbalism practice or any kind of wellness or healing practice, this can be a really helpful stone to connect with the energy of that healing modality on a very deep intuitive level. Also helps with divine timing and attracting romance. So there we go. So that is moonstone. Moonstone can look lots of different ways, and it's very strongly, like on a geological level, very strongly similar to labradorite. And lapis. Lapis helps with opening up new career opportunities, and it's also helpful for integrity, getting things done, meeting your requirements, honoring your commitments. It helps with disorganization, so it's one to use alongside garnet for that. And it's also great for personal responsibility and holding yourself to account. It's great for deep, honest, open communication. It's also helpful for pain and inflammation, as well as vertigo and hearing loss. So we will bring this in. There we go. So that's lapis. And I'm going to bring in the rest of your requests too. Affirmation station, I hope you're doing well. So Jennifer Vatsa, love stuff, speaking your truth, and weight loss. Speaking our truth is definitely on the agenda today too. We have all the speaking your truth stones. We have blue tiger eye, we have sodalite, we have lapis. So those are definitely speaking our truth. And love stuff, we have ruby and moonstone. Let's see what else we have. Oh, good. You made some good requests. So, kunzite, blue lace agate, chrysoprase. Also going to bring in some rose quartz, which was also requested by Chris. This is wonderful for love energy too, whether it's love from another or sharing love with another, or if it is just open to spiritual universal love and seeing yourself as lovable and deserving love. It's a stone of great compassion and one that helps us to shift our vibration into one that is, I deserve love. I deserve to have unconditional love. I deserve to be loved as I love others. So we'll bring in some rose quartz too. Definitely cannot hurt. Just put that under the malachite there. And to understand, chrysoprase has more love inclinations to it than I'd previously been aware of. So I'll definitely bring this in. In addition to being a wonderful stone of the heart chakra, for sure, it's also helpful for overcoming disappointment, meeting goals, picking up the pieces after loss, and especially if that loss is related to career or business. But this is one that helps you when you're at like a pivot point in life where it's like you can't keep going the same direction. So you have to reevaluate what you have and kind of take a turn. So it's wonderful at reminding you all the things that you've already accomplished that can't be taken away from you, all the things you've learned, all the ways you've matured. It's also a great stone if you feel like lost along the way. I often give this to friends of mine when they're going through things like grad school, when they get to that point where they're like, I don't know why I did this to myself. It's like, hey, you're almost there. You're farther along than you think you are. You're almost there, I promise. So chrysoprase. So let's go ahead and put some here. Definitely another stone for communicating and speaking your truth, especially if it's something that's emotionally difficult to say, is blue lace agate. This is helpful for communicating those difficult emotions, or if you need to say something that might be hurtful to someone else, to help make it as gentle and sensitive as you can. It's also helpful for the throat in anything that's impacting the throat, even like a sore throat, losing your voice, laryngitis, that kind of stuff. Also helpful for skin allergies as well as tension headaches. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. Also aligned with fractures and arthritis too. And this is a wonderful stone. This is pink kyanite. It's a high vibrational love stone. It's of the heart chakra and the higher octave of the heart chakra, often called the high heart or the pink heart. This is also a beautiful stone for global events right now. This is one of unity consciousness, that we are all interconnected, and what we put out, we really do to ourselves. It is very, very aligned with the Kuan Yin. I always feel close to the Kuan Yin when I hold it. The Kuan Yin is the one who hears the suffering of the world and decided to forego elevating beyond reincarnation so that she could be helpful and supportive of humans in that regard. So this is a very high vibrational, unconditional love stone, as well as that interconnected universal love that we all really could use more of. So that is pink kunzite. And weight loss, let's bring in blue apatite and iolite, both of which were also requested by Chris. Iolite is very helpful for weight loss intentions. It's also wonderful for your third eye in all kinds of ways. This is one that helps with clairvoyance and seeing. So especially helpful for things like shamanic journeying, scrying, any kind of visionary meditation. It's also wonderful for money management, as well as Sleep disturbances, especially sleep disturbances that are related to like intuitive things or energy things. Like if you're too ungrounded to sleep, or if you find that intuitive visions are like disturbing your sleep, iolite's really helpful. Also good, thought to be good for fever. So we'll bring this in. And next we will bring in blue apatite. This helps to improve our relationship with food to something that is much healthier, and that's always going to be a different thing for different people at different times in our lives. Sometimes that's weight loss, sometimes that's weight gain, sometimes it's shifting just how we relate to food, the role it plays in our lives, how, when, and in what way we create space for it in our lives, what it means to us. Helpful for all of those things. Also wonderful for strengthening our auric field, so that's our energy field. That makes it a perfect stone for people who feel like they're an empath. You feel the energy of other people, and you may sometimes even take it on unwittingly. Blue apatite is a stone that's going to help you to strengthen that outer shell, so you're less inclined to do that. Also helps with revealing your soul's purpose and giving you courage to roll with it and embrace it. Also great for harmony and peace. And even to some extent addressing hostile audiences, which is like, to some extent, speaking your truth. So that's blue apatite. There we go. So all the best to you, Jen. I hope you're settling in okay. Oh, that's a good question, Blue Sky. When wearing stones on the body, how important do you believe it is to wear each stone near its corresponding chakra? I don't think it's necessarily important at all unless you're specifically wanting to work with that chakra and what it entails, in a sense. So yeah, it's not necessarily super important. It's probably just more important that you use it in some way that's meaningful to you. If you're wearing it on the body, you can wear it anywhere you feel comfortable wearing it or that seems appropriate for you. There's also, like, you could make a crystal grid at home or even carry a stone with you in a bag, you know, with you, like on your person, in your pocket, in your bag, in your car, whatever seems to kind of fit right. So I would say it doesn't have to be anywhere near a particular chakra, but especially if the theme is related to a chakra and that stone has an affinity, then it might actually bring a little bit more help. I hope that helps. Oh, Blue Sky, picture jasper can help with quitting smoking too. That I didn't know. I use Unikite for that. I'm gonna write that down on my picture jasper. Because that seems pretty great. Thank you for that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put some picture jasper in. So yeah, picture jasper, wonderful for envisioning the future. It's sort of like brainstorming a beautiful future and kind of getting out of your own way about it. I think of it that way. It's great for seeing the big picture and things, so great for new adventures, great for new ventures like new businesses or a new part of a business or a new launch within a business. It helps to see like broad view, big picture. Also helps with traveling, especially if you're going to someplace where the culture is different, the language is different, and apparently too, smoking cessation. Also thought to be helpful for the kidneys, so I'm going to bring that in. which makes sense, seems so calming and will allow a person to envision being smoke-free. That's a beautiful way to look at it. Yeah, Unikite is very helpful for that too. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, big pieces of picture jasper are wonderful to meditate with because it really does look like a desert scene. Okay, so let's see. I had left off with affirmation station, angel guidance, and good luck for financial opportunities. Absolutely. Angel guidance is like the #1 focus today for sure. So let's bring in Angelic because we have Celestite and Sapphire in here, as well as Selenite, which is really helpful. This is Angelic. This is, as the name would suggest, helps with connection to the angels, but also your spirit guide team in general. It helps with keeping us connected to source and to spirit. It brings in a very high vibrational type of spiritual protection, and it can really kind of shift our vibration to be more in line with our upper chakras and our spirit bodies. Also thought to enhance the experience that we get during sound healing. So let's go ahead and bring this in. And because we're asking for so much like intuitive guidance and awareness, let's also bring in blue kyanite, because this can be really helpful with understanding spiritual messages. So here we go, blue kyanite. So in addition to helping us understand those messages, whether it's in a meditation, in a dream, if you're struggling to just kind of shed a hair right there in the blue kyanite. Whether you're getting dreams you don't understand, having difficulty understanding a message that might be coming through your tarot cards or any other way that you connect spiritually, blue kyanite's one to work with. It also helps you to have an incredible level of self-acceptance, like accepting and truly loving yourself exactly as you are. And also for certain types of neurological care, this is thought to be particularly helpful for. So that is blue kyanite. There we go. So all the best to you, affirmation station, and financial opportunities, definitely. Let's do some tourmalinated quartz. We've got citrine, pyrite, lapis, which helps with career opportunities. Tourmalinated quartz is black tourmaline going through quartz, regardless of whatever color the quartz may be. I have clear, this is green. It brings in a more heart-centered energy, being that it's green. Black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy, and when it's going through quartz, what it's basically doing is helping deep clear energetic blockages that are in the way of lots of things, particularly grounding and releasing old stuck energy like childhood trauma, past life trauma, nervous energy in general. It also is thought to help break up emotional scar tissue, as well as even scar tissue on and in the body. But it's also thought to bring in lots of opportunities for financial gain. So side gigs, passive income, new jobs, all of those kinds of things, like lots of opportunities for financial benefit. Also helpful for fortune and luck, as well as this is another stone that's very protective of people traveling, particularly by car. So we will bring in tourmalinated quartz. Wonderful. And so I hope that that helps. Good to see you, affirmation station. Green calcite, chevron, epidote, blue lemurian. Green calcite, chevron epidote, aqua aura. And when you said calms the nerves and cool the body, the first thing that came to mind was epidote. Yeah, that's great for the nervous system and the nerves, calming the nerves and cool the body. Well, let's say Amazonite. This has definitely calming vibes for sure, and it's great for the spine and spinal nerves. I feel like this could be helpful. This also brings a good amount of self-respect and self-care, even and especially for folks who tend to be focused on the care of others and then neglect themselves. This can help to remind the individual, like, you deserve this level of care. Also helpful for hospice and childcare providers, as they tend to be those people, as well as nurses, and for the spine and spinal nerves, as I mentioned, as well as luck. So let's bring in aventurine. Next is epidote. This helps with illness and injury, like bouncing back from it, and is also wonderful for the nervous system, kind of like a nervous system reboot. Also thought to be really helpful for the skin. Connected to the fairy realm, so if that's kind of like where you go on your intuitive journeys and your spiritual work, you'll love this stone. Helps too with negative self-talk. I've worked with it extensively in that regard. It's really helpful. As well as the brain. Specifically, a lot of folks recommend epidote in cases of Parkinson's. So that is epidote. But yeah, it's a nice little reboot for the nervous system. And if you're struggling with how you speak to yourself, your internal monologue being a bit mean, this is definitely a go-to. Green calcite is my favorite stone for anxiety. It helps to not only release the tension and like the emotional tension of anxiety, but the physical tension that we have in our body as a result of it. Helps to really unwind that, making our physical body feel much more comfortable and at ease. Helps to also bring a lot of reassurance and kind of brings a bit of levity. It can kind of lift the mood, bring in a bit of a laughter kind of vibe, which can really help with generally shifting the overall mood out of anxiety and more towards fun and lightheartedness. Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz is very helpful for healing very old, stuck energy, whether it's earlier in this life, like childhood, or in a past life, and a lot of times there's a connection between both of those things. With Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz, you don't necessarily have to remember your past lives in order to help heal the ways that the themes are repeating in this present life. It's wonderful for releasing those past emotional pain, and the helps to learn about yourself through the healing journey. So this is like a spiritual maturity and mastery that we can then take from our healing journey. So yeah, we will bring this in. Such a pretty stone. I always go intuitively with whether the crystal wants to be pointed out or in, like if it's moving old energy out or if it's moving good energy in. Whatever needs to happen that day. Today it feels like it needs to point out. Chevron amethyst helps with connecting to spiritual guidance and intuition. It's a wonderful stone for connecting spiritually and intuitively, and also with developing tolerance of others. Wonderful too for degenerative diseases, as well as clairvoyance, so shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, scrying, those kinds of things. as well as any other kind of visionary work you might be doing if you do like candle flame gazing or anything like that. Chevron amethyst is where you see these kind of lines going through it that usually you'll be going either side to side or diagonally or making like a V. If these were larger, you would see that it's a repeating pattern of a chevron. It's thought to help take our messages up to spirit and then return the answer down. So let's bring you in. It's really pretty grid, everyone. Good job. And Aqua Aura. This is a stone that started off as clear quartz and was put through a man-made process, which actually involves gold, and it made it blue. Aqua Aura is thought to be really helpful for things like depression, and I'm somebody who, nothing I do is ever a replacement for anything else. Do all the things that work for you and complement it with these. I struggle with depression. I take antidepressants. I'm not gonna be the person that's going to tell you not to do one thing and do another. Do what works for you. And I found this to be a wonderful supplement for me as far as depression. It really did help. And in general, it just looks kind of beautiful. There's not a lot of information about this particular stone or stones like it. A lot of folks don't want to work with man-altered crystals. And like, I get it. I didn't at first either. But it is a really interesting way of combining technology with nature. So yeah, go ahead and give it a shot if you haven't already. There's all different colors of the different aura quartz, so they all have different meanings, so definitely give it a shot. And cool. You're welcome, Affirmation Station. Hey Lisa, I hope you're doing well. What are green calcite and green kyanite good for? Okay, I just talked about green calcite, so I don't know if you made that comment before I mentioned green calcite, but I'm going to bring in green kyanite. So let me know if you need me to repeat green calcite. So green kyanite is helpful for the lungs and breathing, the throat, the heart, asthma, so really the whole cardiopulmonary system. This is one that during the really bad spikes of COVID, people reported that this was one that was really helpful. But it's also great for balancing and blending the spiritual parts of your life with the mundane, everyday parts of your life. Also helpful for gaining wisdom from your intuitions and with connecting with plants and nature spirits. I would definitely say if you're learning from your spirit guides in an intuitive way, this is a great crystal to work with for sure. Okay, I'll mention that again. Okay, cool. So that is green kyanite. Green calcite is one that is really helpful when it comes to anxiety. It is my favorite anxiety stone. It's lovely for the heart center, and especially for a very nervous heart. When it comes to anxiety, it brings a lot of reassurance and calm. So these are the ones that I used here. I'll get a bigger piece for you to see too. Yeah, this is a bigger piece of green calcite. So yeah, it helps with lifting the heart and bringing a lot of calm and reassurance. It also helps with the way anxiety settles into our physical body and how we get really tense and achy and things. It's because we're holding that tension. Some people feel it in their jaw, some people feel it in their shoulders, some in their stomach. It kind of depends on where you put your stress. This can help to unwind that as well. So that is green calcite. But yeah, really helps in times of stress and anxiety. So I hope that helps. Yeah. Awesome. I've also experienced it kind of like just for the heart chakra, just to kind of be a little bit of a boost for it too. Awesome. So did I miss anything? Did I miss anyone? Let's bring in an obsidian. Let's bring in some mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian helps with releasing perfectionism and meeting goals. This is one that helps to bring a lot of strength, a lot of vitality, like physical energy, but also helps you to let go of the needs for approval of others. And it also helps us to feel like we can be more self-assured. Wonderful too for releasing anger and also for healing skin, as well as carpal tunnel, teeth pain, and even gums. So we'll bring this in too. Let's bring in this one here. And here. No problem, Chris. I'm so happy it was helpful. Most important request for your mom. She's fighting a UTI, probably something else too. She was in the hospital, but it didn't really help, and they released her too soon. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so let's definitely do moss agate and mookaite, and then we'll head into the healing. Moss agate is considered quite sacred in Chinese medicine. It's thought to help with infections and illnesses, things that are sweeping through the body quickly, or as they would say in Chinese medicine, has wind. Also helpful for connecting with nature and releasing fears of the unknown. Helps with doing psychological parts work like higher self, inner child, that kind of thing, as well as connection to unconditional love and just feeling close and connected to spirit. So it's a really good, like, spiritually grounding stone that also helps on the physical body level. So that is moss agate. And mookaite is thought to help with bladder pain. So I hope that this helps with what your mom's experiencing in that regard. So mookaite also goes by Australia jasper. It can be beige, burgundy, or even like a mustard yellow kind of color. Like I said, bladder pain, but also accepting change and making decisions, as well as calming digestion where needed, and boosting the immune system. So I hope that that's helpful. So let's go ahead and put this one right here, this one right here. Gotcha. Sister Sight, we've got two good stones for eyes. We've got aventurine as well as the other one for eyes, sapphire. Gotcha. Trying to put out a billion fires, not even put them out, but just stay above water. Definitely helpful. Ruby can be really helpful with like management and kind of like getting a hold of all the different things and all the different moving pieces. But I'm also going to bring in, last but not least, zebra jasper, which was a gift by Chris. Thank you, Chris. This is a stone that helps with stress and overwhelm. So pretty, right? Yeah, stress and overwhelm, standing up for yourself in the face of it as well. So like if you have to say like, that's enough, I need this to stop for a moment, you know, you can sort of vouch for yourself where needed. Also helps with empowerment in general, breaking through apathy and just feeling like stuck, as well as bringing in optimism and kind of like a go with the flow attitude if you feel just like you could, if you feel like that would be helpful. It helps with muscle spasms and also with bone disorders. So that's zebra jasper. So let's go ahead and place some around. Yay, thank you, Chris. Oh, that makes a really nice grid. Okay, awesome. All the love to you, Lisa. I hope you and your family are doing all right, and I'm so sorry everything has been so difficult lately. let's, all right. Well, it is, as you know, Wednesday, so I have a class at 5:30, so yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Lisa. No, it's not a mixed metaphor. I totally get it. I totally get it. I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about Reiki, how it works, how to make the most of your session. Oh, you lost connection 20 minutes ago. We'll have to rewind later. Okay. I'm going to explain a little bit of how Reiki works, how to make the most of your session, and then we're going to get right into the Reiki healing. So for those of you at home, if you feel up to the task, help me to lift the energy of where you're at and the energy that we're all sharing. Go ahead and head into the chat, click the live chat button, and just enter in anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. Gratitude lifts energy so beautifully. And if you're already settled or if you're watching this on the replay, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think of all the things you're grateful for. It'll totally clear the energy and set a lovely space for you to enjoy this Reiki. Jet and Septarian for Patty. Yes, okay. I have Jet in there, and let's good call for Patty. Septarian helps with muscle pain and spasms as well as skin healing, but it's wonderful for emotional growth and doing the deep healing work, emotionally speaking, that we have to do. It helps us to find the roots and the roots and kind of causes of the habits and patterns that we keep repeating that are to our detriment. Also helps with your center of self-identity, stepping forward with a life that you want to live based on what's important to you, and also for even being vulnerable in times of healing. So Septarian. So we'll bring that out here and out here. Thank you, Blue Sky, and thank you for requesting that. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you would like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's got more information on all of that good stuff. And more than anything, I'm just so happy you're here with me today. So if you haven't already, definitely consider hitting that like button and consider subscribing. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week, so that I can support you on your healing path, whatever that looks like to you and wherever you are along it. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term in the West for energy healing, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This particular set of methods was created by Mikao Usui in the 1920s in Japan at a really tumultuous time in Japan's history. That led Usui to create a method that was deeply spiritual and impactful, but also completely secular, which is, I think, a big part of why it resonates with us so much in the West. So at the heart of Reiki, the very understanding of what energy is, for that, we're best to look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan. In part, it says that we are all interconnected. We are all individual souls. We all have energy. We're all interconnected. And that spirit, however you would define it, would provide this lovely life-sustaining soul energy. And that's how Reiki translates in English. Spiritually guided soul energy. And that this is the energy flowing through us all day, every day, whether or not we're aware of it. That our body, mind, and spirit work with constantly to bring us to the best point of personal healing and balance moment to moment, even if we're not aware of it. And essentially what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy that's already flowing through all of us, that all of you already have access to. And I'll essentially be directing more of it to you, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. More on that in a moment. So all you need to do to accept it is just be open to it. I generally suggest that you get comfortable, sit up, lay down, you can close your eyes, But also, if you feel like you want to combine this with like journaling or stretching or yoga or writing music, playing music, making art, whatever feels right in this time, it's absolutely perfect. You can totally get up and make yourself a cup of tea if you like. And there's nothing you have to do during the session. So you don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. The Reiki will support you in whatever way you're able to show up today. At the same time, I generally suggest that you just sort of go ahead, get cozy, and just take care of yourself in whatever way feels good. As I send this Reiki out to all of you, you may feel some physical sensations. Emotionally, you may have some feelings rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to parse some things out that have been difficult or challenging. You may be able to hear your subconscious. Spiritually, you may get a lot of clarity or intuition or resolution for something. You may also just have a really great nap, and that's kind of amazing too. At any point in the session, if you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper or almost like you got distracted for a moment, just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll just continue to go into the Reiki. As I send that Reiki for 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe, and I'm going to turn the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked in the bottom of the description. You can check out her channel and her website, where she's got even more great music to listen to all day long. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out, slowly come back to your body, and at that time, I'll be able to re-engage with you in chat if you have any questions or anything to share. And as far as how this reaches you wherever you are and whenever you are, generally speaking, Reiki isn't limited to our human physical reality limitations. Like, humans can only be in one place at one time. Not the case with Reiki energy. So regardless of where you are in the world or when you're finding this video, this healing is absolutely there for you. And for those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead to the past healing live streams playlist and enjoy any past healing that resonates with you. It'll be there to support you when you need it most. So thank you so much for being here. Definitely click that like button if you haven't already, and let's go ahead over, take a closer look at the grid, and get into that healing. Oh, pretty. Catherine, I think that's hilarious. I am grateful for my family and Little Debbie pumpkin rolls. That sounds delicious. Oh, thank you, everyone. Okay, so everybody go ahead, get nice and cozy. I'm going to go ahead and start sending that Reiki. Enjoy your session, and I'll see you in 25. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, come back to the space that you're in. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, the chat is open. Hattie Cat definitely floated away in that Reiki session. Well, thank you everyone so much for being here with me today. It was an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. You're welcome, Lisa. As a reminder, next streams are Friday. That would be the 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th. At both 4 p.m. and again at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. You are certainly encouraged to join for both, and the following after that is Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. Oh, thank you, Joanna. Lots of love to you and Earl. Lots and lots of love to you and Earl. You'll be in my thoughts. Okay, so everyone have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care, and bye for now.